hard work. And to everybody else out there, thank you for listening and watching Covalent TV. Sending so much love. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay sane. Love you guys. Mwah.
Hello, my name is Maria Canales-Bennett, and I am the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, and you're watching Covalent TV.
Hey guys, you're watching Covalent TV with my friends, and this is Kayla Sparks here, and make sure you tune in and stay positive and girl power.
This is Outlandish Zicky Dice, and you're watching Covalent TV. Outlandish!
What's up, you guys? This is Ashley Gamboise, La Creme de la Creme, and you are watching Covalent TV.
Bum 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 bum. What is going on, everybody? What is going on in the house tonight? How is everybody doing? We are up here on the Late Night Creep, and we are here to take our thrones. So that means, welcome to your AEW Dynasty 2025 live review. This is your boy, Mr. Starksign.
Big dub.
What is going on? Y'all made me break out the fancy shit. Y'all made me break out the fancy shiznits. I don't mind, and I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all are my truth seekers. You know what I'm saying? Werner's Mayo people. You know what I'm saying? His Mayoites. You know what I'm saying? He has his people, too. Shouts out to everybody in the building and his prison bitches. We can't forget about his prison bitches. They're there, too. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to everybody who is already in the house. And I'm going to give a little bit of something real quick. Let me mellow out. Tell me you don't know what a mega heel looks like without telling me you don't know what a mega heel looks like. Oh, I can't wait to discuss everything. I can't wait to chop up good game with y'all. This is going to be a phenomenal time. I hope y'all enjoy what we about to put down, because we are about to put down some of that phenomenal, excellent, great, stupendous Wizark. You understand? So if y'all are holding us down and y'all are rocking out, y'all know what to do in the comment section. True Seekers roll call. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. You get the Super Chat, Streamlabs link, or Cash App. I done told y'all a million times, if you want your comment read, put it in the Super Chat, man. Show the necessary love to your boys over here at Covalent TV. And get these likes up, get the love up, and get your head, you know what I'm saying, get your weight up and not your hate up. You understand what I'm saying to you? Something like that. Understand? You know, Werner's something like a player. He ain't a full player yet, a fully developed player, but he's something like a player. You know what I mean? He getting there. He's a play. He's not a player. He's a play. Okay? He's working on it. He's working on it. And you can help him by buying him pimp courses for the low price of $3 million. Help us out. Help us out. I got y'all back, man. I got y'all back. And you know what? You know what, guys? You know what? Y'all know with pay-per-views, we typically don't do our usual format. We don't bring you beautiful people, the news whole one special, accountable. But we do bring you facts, data, statistics as we go, because that is always what we do here. Hold on, pack this person up real quick. Warren, if you got access to Facebook, go ahead and block that weirdo right there. Get him up out of there.
Right,
boom. Simple as that. Get you up out of here. Don't do the restream bot. Like you did the last time. Go into Facebook and pack that guy up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to Facebook right now.
Much love. Much love. You know what I'm saying? I just said a second ago, get your weight up and not your hate up. And boy, people are already trying to get their hate up. If you want to get your hate up, man, go find another stream, man. Pussy boy. Go find another stream, man. But we are here to show that necessary love. And guys, pregame thoughts. While Werner's doing that, I'm going to tell y'all what we got going on. Y'all know we give up the pregame thoughts on pay-per-views. We don't stick to our typical format. And we got a lot to talk about tonight. Because me and Werner had a lot of discussions off camera about how Tony Khan might need to proceed forward when it comes to his booking and certain things that are important and relevant. You know what I mean? So shouts out to everybody in the building right now. Y'all are about to get that good game. Werner, have you completed the objective?
Yes.
Hold on, man. Alexander Fitzgerald, I know you knew, but no skipping ahead, man. We will get to it when we get to it, sir. Appreciate you commenting. We appreciate it. But no skipping ahead. We will get to it when we get to it. Respectfully. All right. So, guys, we came up with 2 pregame thoughts. Normally, we don't script anything we do. We just sit here and we chop up game with every single person organically, and that's just what we do. But tonight, we had to do this like this, okay? The first talking point we want to get into as a pregame thought for AEW Dynasty is this. Now, a lot of people say Tony Khan doesn't focus his shows. They say that he doesn't go out of his way to create stories in cinema, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told Werner, this is the first card, I think, in AEW history where Tony Khan has went out of his way to make sure that his focused storylines were featured in a prevalent fashion on this card, and he got away from the fluff matches, the comedy matches, all that. It seems like he was more focused on the storylines for this card. Now, that's something we've never seen him do. And the reason why we wanted to discuss that is because I want to ask everybody in the comment section, is that something you want to see him do going forward? Or is that not really your style of booking you like to see him do? You like the more chaotic booking. You like the little comedy matches. And you like, what would y'all prefer? Because I like the fact that he did go storyline based for this show. I like the fact that he did make it very focused, sponsored by Ford.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Spelled Fiat, Fiat. That is how Ford is spelled.
Fix it again.
Wait. Damn, Warren, you fucked up the joke. God damn it. Always stealing the thunder. You fucked up the joke. It was going to build and you weren't patient. Now, don't nobody want to hear it ever again. Thanks, Werner. You're much appreciated, sir. All right, but no, it's definitely something that Tony Khan did, and it's different from his normal level of booking. Now, the easy, cheap cop-out answer, and I see a couple of y'all saying it already, is saying, both. Like we're kids. I'm going to tell you something right now. You can't have it both ways. Let's just call it what it is. You can't have it both ways. Because everything that Tony Khan did before this pay-per-view, booking-wise, was that chaotic sports kind of like presentation style booking of his pay-per-view. Like, so either you want what he did tonight or you want what he's been doing for the past 6 years. There is no in between. There is no in between. If there was, AEW would be a perfect promotion. Literally, AEW would be a perfect promotion.
Yep.
There's no such thing as perfect on this world. I'm sorry. I mean, I know Megan Bayne exists, but that's not all the way perfect. She might have a stank-ass attitude for all we know. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
But
we're hopeful she doesn't.
Yeah, we're hopeful. But that's my whole point. It's like, guys, I wanted to bring that up because I want to see where you guys stand on that. And if you're saying a mixture, I actually dare you to try to substantiate that with an example of Tony Khan booking a focus show mixed in with the chaos. I bet you won't find it.
No.
I bet you won't find it because he's never booked it. I think the closest we came to that, oh God, what was that show? The Double or Nothing where MJF fucked up Wardlow's moment. Was that 2023?
Oh, yeah, the first one after the pandemic.
Yeah, that's the no, that motherfucker, what?
No, that's 2022, not 2023.
Was it? I don't know. I don't fucking
Yeah.
know. But that is exactly the closest we have ever came to having a mixture of those two booking styles. Ever since then, we just haven't seen it. So me, I'm gonna tell you what I actually prefer. I like Tony Khan booking in a focused fashion for this show. It limits the bullshit. It lets people know he's serious about how he books his pay-per-views. And he's serious about the storylines and the follow-ups for said storylines. You see what I'm saying? So I'd actually rather have the booking style that he had for tonight's show than how he's been booking in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. We've had a long string of great AEW pay-per-views of him booking that chaotic all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, it's Daniel Garcia flying around. Oh, look, here's Orange Cassidy flying around. Oh, look, MJF's ruining Wardlow's moment. Oh, look, like we've done that. We've done that. I feel like the way Tony Khan booked this show shows growth.
Yep.
Some people may disagree with me. Some people may be like, I don't agree with that. I like the chaotic style. I like the crash television. And again, if you want AEW to grow, you have to understand that at some point they were going to grow past that. At some point, they were going to have to grow past that. You're not going to have the Daniel Garcias winning belts. You're not going to have the Orange Cassidys and co-main events. And that's over. And speaking of Orange Cassidy, Warren, I said, I want to say early last year, I told everybody the only way. Hold on, because I got a feeling you're going to steal my thunder. Just shut up.
No, I'm not trying to steal. I'm just saying before that even.
Oh, okay. So I told everybody that watches our show, if you've been watching our show this long, then you know, well, if you know, you know. I told everybody, the only thing that is going to stop Tony Khan from not being able to help himself with Orange Cassidy is if Orange Cassidy gets injured. Matter of fact, yeah, no, you're right. I said that like the Forbidden Door where I didn't have a voice at all. The very first Forbidden Door. I've been saying that since the very first Forbidden Door show. That's what it's going to take. And guess what? He booked Orange Cassidy into the ground, and now he's injured. I said that over-reliance on Orange Cassidy was going to fucking backfire. I don't get on here to tell lies. I don't get on here just to be right. I don't get on here for the pats on the back. I just get on here to tell the truth. And it's something that we're going to get into on the main Dynasty show where I'm like, Tony is figuring it the fuck out. He's figuring it the fuck out. But to get back to my initial point, I want to see these focused pay-per-views going forward. You know why? Because almost every match on this card felt super important and must-see. As a result of Tony Khan focusing his booking, almost every match on this card felt like it was must-see. I told Werner off camera, I don't think on investment ratings we gave anything lower than a 7. I think we might have gave something a 6. I can't remember what. But we didn't really sink below a 5.
No.
So I know some people might not like it, but you got to learn to love it. Not like it, but you got to learn to love that motherfucker. Because whether you like it or not, This is how you put the stamp on a show. Sticking to your storylines, making sure the matches are executed, and making sure there's follow-ups. That's all you can ask for. At least out of a booker. I know y'all so used to that terrible booking in that other place. But this is what a focused pay-per-view looks like. Yeah, the 6 might have been Garcia Cole. You might be right on that one, Penn Mike. Yeah, I think we only gave one thing a 6.
No. We gave that a 6 as a caveat.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna actually check after the stream because I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember. But yeah, guys, that's something I wanted to put a point out there about. And Werner had another point. We got our pregame thoughts already ready to go so we could get into the show faster.
So you and I talked about this off air. Can Toni now, after tonight, dictate terms with the media? Because he's not had a bad show in a year? Maybe a little more?
Okay. Here's where I refuse to skip ahead. Guys, we got a great show that we're about to do. We about to drop off that good work. I don't want to skip ahead, and I don't want to ruin Werner's talking point by skipping ahead. So here's what I'm going to say. And then when we get to the end of the show, I'm going to actually address that point a little bit more. We're going to get surgical tonight. So y'all might want to strap in. And to whoever that little impatient prick was at the beginning of this stream, I'm sorry. I know you used to me quick pumping your mama. You know what I'm saying? I know you used to that quick shit. You know, I get in the house and I get out fast. But calm down, sir. We have a show to do. All right? We're not going to do all that jump cut, screaming at the camera, screaming in the microphones just to keep your attention because you have ADD, you fucking imbecile.
Mm-hmm.
We do our show our way. You don't like it, hit the motherfucking bricks, homie. And that applies to any fucking dork watching this show that don't like what we got to say or how we say it or the cadence we say it. Disrespectfully, by the way. But Werner, to your point early, because I'm going to address it again, to your point. That was a great question you proposed when you said, I'm going to bring it up as a pregame thought. I said that was a great fucking question. And I finally have a answer, a preliminary answer. Yes, but unfortunately, Werner, I have to say yes and no. I hate, you know, I hate doing both. Yes and no. I hate when grown-ass adults do that. I hate it, but in this scenario, I have to. The yes is, you're right. He's been putting on really good shows in 2025. He's barely missed on anything. He doesn't even get any credit or kudos for it. We see it in front of our own eyes. Werner, we've been seeing it in front of our own eyes. There's no need to elaborate on that, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, yes, in a sense of he has the bragging rights. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The no, halfway through this pay-per-view, and I'm not going to skip ahead, I promise. Halfway through this pay-per-view, I already saw Fed Walkers and controlled media shitting on this show. Halfway through.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right on that.
And I hate that. And I fucking hate that. And you want to know what I ended up gathering from this, Werner? Tony Khan can book a perfect year. For the rest of this year, he could book a perfect year. Instead of batting 500, he could bat 498.
Mm-hmm.
And the WWE controlled media, the drones and the Fed Walkers. Well, drones don't really watch. Fed Walkers hate watch.
Yep.
They're still going to say, well, you didn't bat 500. They're still going to say, well, you didn't bat 500. What about those 2 at bats where you didn't even make contact? Translation, guys, I think Tony Khan is in a no-win situation when it comes to the media. I think he's in a no-win situation. So, what does that mean? Tony Khan needs to put his head down like Jerome Bettis. I'm showing my age. Like Jerome Bettis running through the fucking offensive and defensive lines to turn ahead for fucking 10 yards. That's all he can do at this point. That's all Tony Khan can do at this point. Yeah, y'all, Mo, you know, you're a Steelers fan. You know about the bus. Of course. That's all he can do. He can be Jerome Bettis. He could be Larry Sonka, where he just a Mike Allstott. He could be that fullback that just runs through everybody. That's his only option. That's all he has left. Because Werner, like I said a second ago, I have this sneaking suspicion that he could book perfectly for the rest of this year. And they still going to find a way to give Booker of the Year to Triple H. They still going to find a way to give the accolades to WWE. So fuck him. Run him over.
Yeah.
Run him over. That's why I use Jerome Bettis as an example, because he's called the bus. Run him over. Run him over until you get your respect. That's what Jerome Bettis had to do. That's what he had to do. I wouldn't know him as the bus today. Pittsburgh Steelers fans wouldn't know him as the bus today if he wasn't running motherfuckers over. So that's all he could do, Werner. That's my preliminary answer to the question. And then I'm going to have something else for the end of the stream. But give your take.
You know, I feel like he should and just drown out the noise, because this is a thing of, and I hate using this, wrestling, just like fucking art, is subjective.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So professional wrestling fans like us and people in the comments, for the most part, and a good swath of people throughout this country and the world would agree that, yes, Tony can. But then you got that loud minority.
Very loud.
Very, very, very
like
loud.
IMAX loud.
Yes.
Fighter jet loud.
And that minority is getting smaller and smaller week by week. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, because that's what Tony is doing. He's making believers. He's making believers out of non-believers.
Right. But this is where Tony should show his spine, put his dick on the table, and be like, I fucking did this. This is my fucking show. And you're going to fucking like it.
Warren, I said a while ago what I think he should do on the putting his dick on the table front. Pause, if necessary.
Pause if necessary, right.
I said Tony should starve these motherfuckers out. Starve them out. Why are your wrestlers still going on Busted Open?
Oh, God.
Why is Will Osprey on Busted Open? This is a platform that has dedicated itself to shitting on your promotion for like the last 2 years.
Why is Thunder Rosa still a co-star?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't care if they belong to Sirius XM. I don't care if you think that's putting eyes on your... I don't care. Stall them out.
I don't think it does.
Dude, stall them out.
I really don't think it does. I really don't think it does.
I don't think it moves the needle.
I think it hurts them more than it helps them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stall them out. What do you have to lose? Like, that's the way I look at that. What do you have to lose? You're booking shows better than their criticisms. Kendrick said it best. A lot of people with opinions and no power to carry it. That's who you're dealing with, Tony. That's who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a whole bunch of people with opinions who don't have the power to carry it. You're letting people like Wrinklehead Dudley down your promotion, and this is a dude that has never, ever, 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 ever been a legitimate, credible top guy in his entire career. Oh, he was world heavyweight champion in TNA, and that shit was the dumps. What are we talking about?
Is it really cool to say you were TNA world champion during the time Bubba was champion?
That's what, during Aces and fucking Eights.
Hulk Hogan was in charge.
Eric Bischoff's son was running around.
In charge.
We can't talk at the same time. Eric Bischoff's son is fucking running around. Like, dude, it was all bad. So in a way, hold on, wait, Werner, in a way, I guess he can control his narrative. In a way, I guess he can. Now that we've kind of fleshed this out a little bit more as we've been talking, the more I hear it, the more I'm kind of saying to myself, maybe he can. Maybe he could tell these people to go fuck themselves.
Which I think we've been saying for how long now?
Because you already see them laying the foundation for shitting on this pay-per-view for the week. You already see it. I already saw them gearing up for it halfway through the fucking show. The show wasn't even over.
Mm-hmm.
The Fed Walkers, the Compromise Media, they were all up in arms and the show wasn't even halfway finished.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, I'm going to tell you what you can't do. I'm going to tell you what you can do. In their eyes, you can do no right. In their eyes, you can do no right. You can't, bro, there's no way you can do right in their eyes. So why are you wasting your time? Why is he like, I cannot for the life of me figure that out, Werner. I can't. At what point do you go, giving myself up to this outlet and surrendering my talents up to this outlet is hanging myself with my own rope? When does that internal conversation take place? Because Tony, you have been the best booker in professional wrestling in 2025, and no one's saying it in the media.
Yeah.
No one. No one. It's only us and like a couple other motherfuckers that have been giving you your propers, homie. And to anybody's gonna say,
count it on one hand, right?
And to anybody's gonna say, oh, you guys are clearly okay. Here's the thing, Werner, were you raised to be a hater?
No.
Oh, I wasn't either. I'm sorry. So I wasn't raised to be a hater. I was raised that when somebody is doing something good, you do what?
You say it's good.
When somebody does something that deserves credit, you give them what?
Credit.
So if that counts as a bias, go fuck yourself. I don't care. I don't care. If that qualifies as a bias in your mind, first of all, if that qualifies as a bias in your mind, why do you even watch wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you any amount of money in my bank account, if WWE booked a show like this, oh my God. Oh, it'd be the greatest thing on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Give me a fucking knife. Are we being serious? I think that person that was in here earlier, Werner, I think that person didn't even want to hear us talk about AEW. They were hate watching us because they probably watched one of our previous reviews and was like, I'm going to stick it to these guys.
Probably.
And Tony, that's happening to you. What I just said is happening to you as we speak. They're watching your show to shit on it later. You know that, right? See, we're going to be fair. We're going to be down the middle. We're going to be right between the uprights, homie. Everybody who watches our show, our legacy viewers, y'all know that. Our true seekers, y'all know that. So these were our pregame thoughts. And the reason why we needed to put these fucking pregame thoughts out there is because I have a strong feeling that anybody who watches this review is going to be like, these guys are just so biased. They're sucking Tony Khan's dick. And they'll completely, and I'm sure they've watched our reviews before, completely ignoring the times we have offered multiple criticisms of his product.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore what you want. Any final comments on this, man?
I just hope Tony wakes up sooner rather than later and controls his own narrative for especially since we are 90 plus days out from All In, your biggest pay-per-view of the year. and you need more. And I know we saw it tonight. We saw more commercials, but Tony, step up that media budget, that marketing budget. I should be seeing it elsewhere too, not just on pay-per-views and your programming. I want to see it everywhere else.
Oh man, I can't wait to get into this show. A lot of people have been showing their true colors about a lot of things, especially coming out of this show, and I can't wait to talk about it. So guys, it is time for us to get into AEW Dynasty 2025. Strap on in, man. We got a good show. We about to get surgical in this bitch with what we need to get surgical with. We're not about to pull out the scalpel for everything, because if we did, then in which case all we doing is cutting shit up like Zorro. And y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want a Z in the middle of y'all chest. Well, if you do, then that's your kink, and we won't shame you for it. But in which case, keep that to yourself. All right? Much love.
1 away from 25.
Oh, they playing with it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, y'all playing a dangerous game right now.
We were joking before the show.
One like
we won't
away?
even get one like away. We won't get out of we won't get out of 0 hour.
Y'all better get it popping. One more. Y'all know our rule. That applies to pay-per-views too. We get 2 matches in and y'all ain't got it to 25. It's over. Stream over. I'm going to lay down. Shit. You know what I'm saying? And see if I'm lying. Okay? Oh, they did that with the quickness, weren't it? They did that with the
Oh my God.
They did that with the quickness. They said, hell no. They said,
we're gonna do one extra just to be on the safe side.
They said we getting a show tonight. Fuck that. All right, y'all. Let's get it popping, man. Let's get this shit popping. All right, we got Assault Rifle Fox and Top Fliggett, not Flight, but Fliggett, going against Crew and Nick Wayne.
Yep.
All right. He is not yet Nicholas Wayneth III. He's not there yet. He has to earn that.
He's got to earn it.
Yeah. But I tell you what, this wasn't, something that was going to light the stage on fire, but we knew that it was going to be a good match considering the participants involved. And I'm going to tell you what I ended up coming out of this match with. First of all, this was a focused match. If you watch Collision, you know that this was a storyline. You know that this had a story behind it. But what ended up standing out to me was a talking point that I used on last Wednesday's show, where I said Tony Khan is slowly but surely realizing, wow, I have this surplus of young talent that I was just never using because I was too busy putting Orange Cassidy in main events. Wow. I was too busy putting the TNT title on Daniel Garcia. What I gather from this, AR Fox needs a push. Not a main event push. Not everybody needs a main event push. But somebody who surprised me, and I think a lot of y'all might agree with me, Darius Martin in this match showed me something. I don't know what snapped into him tonight, but what I saw out there in that ring, I figured it out just that quick. I saw hunger. I saw hunger in Darius Martin tonight. Dante too, to a lesser extent. Dante too. But Darius was hungry in that ring tonight. Darius was like, Tony, you gonna give me some motherfucking TV time. If it's the last damn thing you do. AR Fox had a good showing. Well, AR Fox and Top Flight had a good showing, but I think Darius Martin had a great showing. Action Andretti did okay. Nick Wayne shined in this match too.
Yes.
Which took me by surprise. Nick Wayne definitely was able to shine in this match. So based off of what I just said, guys, the young guys shine. Well, except for AR Fox. The young guys shine.
Yeah.
They went out there and they fought for their minutes. They went out there and made the most of their minutes. And let me go to a result, and then Warner, you could cook on this. Crew and Nick Wayne won by pinfall with Wayne's World from Wayne on AR Fox because Mama Wayne got involved and Warner still wants to frick her.
Yes, I do.
Okay, he confessed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think with AR Fox's performance tonight, whatever heat he had from the first Forbidden Door and the passport issue and all that stuff, that should be gone now. After this performance, it should be gone. Let's get him, I don't know, Ring of Honor time?
Something.
or I don't know, Continental title, maybe a match with Kenneth Omega the third.
I just loved his performance in this match, dude.
So did I.
It was like
I just
go ahead.
yeah, I just that along with Darius deciding to say, "Oh, I really like this. I'm putting food on the table. Let me get a championship opportunity so I can put more food on my table." Because like after tonight, they should be in a line for the trios.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should be a number one contender, and then or maybe them versus the Hurt Syndicate.
It was like Darius Martin did what I always encourage young fellas I talk to do. It was like he bottled up all of the world's resentment towards him, the professional wrestling world's resentment towards him, hearing, oh, your brother's better, he's going to be the future top guy. It was like he heard all of those criticisms, and he was just bottling them. And he was like, oh, I'm going to show y'all. Oh, y'all think my brother's going to be the star to come out of this bitch? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like. I don't know if it felt that way to y'all, but that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Went out there with something to prove. Went out there with a chip on his fucking shoulder. And as a young guy, all you can do is maximize your minutes. Until your opportunity rolls up to the station, all you can do is maximize your minutes.
You know what? Now Dante has to do it on a higher level than what Darius did tonight. Just to be like, hey, don't forget about me.
Yeah, it's his move.
I was the one getting TNT title shots left and right in 2023 or 2022.
Respectfully. So, hey, man, congrats to all the young guys in this opening 0 hour match. Congrats to y'all, man. Y'all went out there and did the damn thing, and that's all you could ask for. Your prison girlfriend, Werner, and Buzz came through with the 5 schmackaroos, saying, God forbid AEW does some long-term storytelling, and people are just going to hate it per usual. Fuck out of here, sick of the fake outrage. And then I'm pretty sure in a very prison bitch voice, he said, big dub. Oh, my God. So, Werner, when you did the percolating nipple trick for him in the cell.
I did not do such things. I've never been there.
Did you spin the tassels or did they just light up? Which one
No,
was it?
I did no such thing. I don't own those things. Nothing.
Werner owns sex paraphernalia.
I do not.
He sells sex pain and sex pain accessories. Oh, man. Much love, man. Much love. Man, we had 205 on the Twits, and we got, oh, my God, get the likes up. Keep that shit rolling, man.
Come on. 35 people in the building. We're only at 26. Come on.
28, actually.
28,
Real
sorry.
time. Let's keep this shit rolling, man. Let's keep that ball rolling. Get these likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Truth Seekers in the house tonight. Did y'all do y'all roll call? I feel like I ain't see it.
I thought they did it before we came on.
It was like 3 people, though. Truth Seekers roll call. Mailman Sex Toys, Inc.
Oh,
that is his side business. That is his side business. You know what I'm saying? It's very lucrative for Werner. He's opening up a store in Vegas. That's what he's going to do. It's going to be a good time. Everybody's going to enjoy it. Okay? All right, let me see what we got. Cool. I'm seeing the Truth Seekers roll call in here. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody coming in, showing that love. Show the love on the like button as well. Love on that like button. Make sweet love to that like button. No pause necessary. Okay? All right, but let's keep this ball rolling, man. Let's keep this train on the track. We here for a good time, not a long time tonight, man, because I need to get my Rizzest. You know what I'm saying? We finna get y'all right, though. Don't you worry. Don't you fucking worry. I know y'all want to rest, too. All right. Next up, Werner's favorite wrestler, Max Caster, makes his entrance for his open challenge and gets on the mic. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to make this one a long story short. Our prayers have been answered, Werner.
Yes, they have.
Our prayers have been answered. Max Caster is being relegated to the pre-show to doing open challenges on the pre-show. And not only was he relegated to an open challenge on the pre-show, the person that we have been begging Tony Khan to absolutely positively break away from that fucking useless, talentless fucking hack known as Max Caster with his fucking Carlton Banks mustache. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Bowens is now a solo wrestler. He is now his own man and his own talent, no longer tethered to the mediocrity that is known as Max Caster. He went out there for that open challenge. He picked up the win with a rolling elbow that looked really good. Anthony Bowens, do the damn thing. Make it worth it. Maximize your fucking minutes. This is a big opportunity for you. I love this. 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 Tony, do not make them a tag team down the line again.
Yeah.
Keep Anthony Bowens as a single star. Release Max Caster from the company. Allow him to find gigs on his own. This is a guy that serves your company no purpose. You have maximized as much talent as he's ever going to have. Move on. This is good. I enjoyed this. Nice. Go ahead, Werner.
This you've already gotten your ROI from Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, and probably over the top ROI with that tag team title run. As long as that was,
Max Caster has fizzled out.
Yes. Not everyone can be Shawn Michaels. There has to be a Marty Jannetty somewhere, and that is Max Caster.
You know those cheap-ass sparklers they sell at the gas station around 4th of July time? That's Max Caster. That's Max Caster. That, as soon as you light it, it goes out. You get like 3 seconds of sparks, and then it just goes out. And you always burn your hand on it. That's Max Caster. Tony, move on, homie. But finish your point.
Yeah. My point is, I actually like his new gimmick. I like Anthony Bowens' new gimmick as the 5-tool player prior to pro wrestling, the whole nine. Love it. I want to see what he can do with that.
Yeah, I agree. The presentation was a surprise. I like the presentation. And you know what? You know something that shouldn't be overlooked? We all know Anthony Bowens is a gay man. We know that.
Yes.
But guess what? In that moment, when he came out there with that presentation, that look, with that, did you even care?
No.
That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say.
We've come a long way from what wasn't it Harley who was trying to date him? And the whole crowd chanted he's gay?
Yeah.
To this?
That was the source of his overness for a long time. I'm sure even he would admit that.
Yeah.
Now he gets to stand on his own, and his sexuality really doesn't even mean anything for his push. That's dope. That's all you could ask for. And I ain't gonna tell y'all, it's a lot of fake alpha wrestlers from back in, all of the legacy True Seekers days, me, Werner, where you thought they was alpha guys, but they was they was getting twiddled with their diddle. Yeah, it was a lot of fake alphas back in the 80s, in the early 90s. That if y'all found out, y'all would be like, whoa. So yeah, and these are people, if I ever put it out there on stream, these are people that you would have never thought. These are people that you would have never thought. So yeah, the fact that Anthony Bowens, like you just forgot he was gay. It was just like, this is a great wrestler. This is a guy that's going out here doing this thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's not us shunning his gayness at all.
No.
It's just saying it's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
You know what I kind of want to see now?
What's up?
I don't know if it'll be this week or not, but like Will versus Anthony Bowens in just a match on Collision or Dynamite.
Yeah, just a little showcase match.
Yeah, a little showcase match. That would be great for Anthony to reintroduce himself, because it's been a long time since that Daniel Bryan match.
And Will is a team player. If Tony wants it, he'll do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, Will, that's what I like about Will. Will's a team player. He wants to leave the business in better condition than where he found it.
Unlike the people that are in Connecticut.
Unlike a person that doesn't he pride himself on hustle, loyalty, and respect or something like that?
And that other one who has a personality of a cultist.
Yeah. What is he calling himself these days? OTC, YMCA, TNA?
Yeah,
what is he calling himself?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. God damn, dude. That dude has the fucking charisma of Bob Barker's Cadaver, and I think Bob Barker's Cadaver has more charisma than that motherfucker. Jesus Christ. But no, shouts out to everybody who is in the building right now. This man, to think we're not even an hour in, and we already damn near about to fly through 0 hour. That's why we told you.
0 hours done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We out of there. We out of there just that fast. I told y'all this wasn't going to be a long show. So get in and support early and support often. That's going to be the new theme.
So wait, Tony, only 2 matches on 0 hour, please.
I'll also
From now on, 2 matches only on 0 hour.
Also like that. That was something else I liked.
Yeah.
And they both were storyline related.
Exactly.
So, hey, man, no complaints. Hey, guys, look, I think this is the first time me and Werner can say this. I came out of 0 hour with a thumb up in the air.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Typically, it's 1 or 2 matches on 0 hour where me and Werner are like, why is this happening?
Yeah. Or not only that, why was this the order of 0 hour?
Yeah, so here we are.
Yeah.
How do you not consider that an improvement? Even just based off of Revolution. Literally.
Yeah.
How do you not consider that an upgrade, an improvement? How do you not consider it that?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't consider it that, I think you might be hating. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. Well, let's keep it rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep the ball rolling in this motherfucker, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang. It is time to get into the AEW Dynasty main show. Don't even worry about it. We got a show to do. Focus.
I know, but that just knocked me for a loop.
Let's keep it rolling. All right, we got Kevin Knight going against Willith Ospreyth the third. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinal, or just first round matchup for all of you people that don't know what that means. Okay. If you watch our show, you should know what I'm finna say next. Go ahead and drop those controller emojis in the comment section, because this was a cheat code for multiple reasons. Excellent showcase match for Kevin Knight and why the crowd should be behind him. 2, the way that Kevin Knight was presented going into this match is a thumbs up. Then, last but not least, the match quality for Kevin Knight to be tossed into the flames. Because that's what Tony Khan did. I hope y'all know that. And to a certain extent, I bet y'all ain't ready for this. Will Osprey did the same thing in that ring.
Yep.
It was little things that I noticed Will Osprey was doing that I'm like, he was like, hey, man, if you gonna show that you belong here, do this. He was giving him a little bit of rookie hazing in that match. And you know what? Kevin Knight passed with flying fucking colors. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm considering this one a cheat code, hands down. No questions asked. Dude, the fucking DDT on the ramp, everything was fucking good. Kevin Knight looked smooth and crisp in this matchup. You know Will Osprey looked the same because we're talking about Will fucking Osprey here.
Right.
But Will Osprey ended up winning by pinfall with Hidden Blade. Excellent opener to this show. Excellent showcase for Kevin Knight and his capabilities in that ring. And also telling your audience this is going to be a big player in your company someday. And then Will Osprey doing what Will Osprey does best, and that's getting that ring and look like $1 million fucking bucks and make his opponent look like $1 million bucks. That's all I got on this, bro.
You know, I enjoyed the hell out of this match. And we've talked about this multiple times. There are sink or swim moments in wrestling. And Kevin Knight was faced with that tonight, and he swam the fuck out of this match. You know, after tonight, why can't we just say, here's another Will Osprey? Because he can do that type of match.
Yeah, you had that energy.
Have Will Osprey right now and Kevin Knight as practically 2 of the same wrestler. How many times can you say that in a generation?
And Kevin Knight has young Will Ospreay athleticism.
Right.
That's kind of crazy. He has young Will Ospreay athleticism. If y'all didn't watch young Will Ospreay, you missed out on a very, very once-in-a-generation fucking athlete. But Kevin Knight, that spotlight got put on you, homie, and you did not melt. You weren't phased. You went out there and killed it. You deserve all of the praise and accolades you are going to get from this match. Keep it up, because now's the real test. You're not going to wrestle Will Ospreay every week.
No.
So now the real test begins for you, homie. You got to make your way. I know what you're capable of, but you got to back it up, homie. Got to back it up. Said, okay, I'm back to scrum. Was it somebody literally asked, flats or drums? To who? I'm literally only reading that comment because it applies to the show. That's the only reason why I'm reading the comment. Otherwise, guys, put your comments in the super chat.
Oh,
are you serious?
God. By the way, Will and Kevin Knight are 3 years apart.
Hold on, wait. To Renee.
Oh my God.
And Tony Khan answered too. Yeah, because Tony Khan's a nice guy. Of course he is. That don't shock me. What you just said don't even shock me about Tony Khan. Look, okay. Here's all I have to say. I'm about to do this in the comment section, and anybody watching this on playback, feel free to go along with it too. If you watch our shows on a consistent basis, you are one of our consistent truth seekers. If you could, would you have us in every single AEW media scrum on a year-round basis and us be the predominant media outlet and source for AEW underneath, I don't care if it's contract, I don't care if it's no contract. Would y'all rather have that, or would y'all rather have what y'all getting out of y'all wrestling media right now? Which one? And that's a dead-ass question.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. Like, I'm actually very serious. Is that cornball Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Muscle Man Malcolm's isms now making it across the wrestling media world? Is that where we at, bro? What's your Waffle House or? Is that where we at? See, we live in this world right now where everybody want everything instantly. Microwave. Give me my instant gratification now. We had somebody like that earlier in the stream.
Right.
They just want you to get on this mic and just start blurting. Just start blurting shit at them. They don't want to listen to facts, data, statistics. They don't want to hear people get verbally surgical. They don't want to hear that. They just want you to be fucking dumb. And they want you to play into their fucking stupidity. That's why I say all the time, if that's what you want, this is not the show for you. We're intelligent. We're insightful. We're knowledgeable. We know what we're talking about.
We take our time.
Father God in heaven. Why is that being asked at a fucking media scrum?
That person should get their thing revoked.
And Tony, do you know what that means, bro? They don't take you fucking serious. They don't. They think you're a fucking joke. They don't take you seriously, bro. They think you're a joke.
This goes back to dictating the media.
Oh my God. You know what? I don't think you're lying, but I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. I'm going to go watch it to see if that actually happened.
Yeah, me too. That's ridiculous.
Like, after I get off camera, I swear to God, you got my word. Like, I'm going to watch it to see if that was actually said. Not that I don't believe you, because you have no reason to lie, but I need to see it. You know how you say some things in life you need to just see for yourself? That's one of those things. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And then these will be the same media people to say, why doesn't Tony Khan answer questions directly?
Exactly.
Because that's the type of dumbass shit you fucking ask them. I wouldn't answer a question directly either if every media scrum I have, somebody's like, hey, so Tony, when you come to this city, what's your Waffle House order? I wouldn't answer a question directly either. I would say bleep, blop, bloop, Bennigan's next question.
Right.
You want to act like a bot? I'm act like a fucking bot. What the hell?
He should have shook his head in disgust and said next question.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He should have been. He should have literally just shook his head and been like, okay. Like when Werner enters the cornfields of corny on this show, you know what I do? I stare at the screen, I look back at the comments, and I keep going with the show. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. But in that case, that's worse. That's worse. That's like being corny and then setting up a fucking mansion that is built with fucking corn billion activity. People saying they saw it and said it happened. That is ridiculous to me. Shouts out to all the legacy truth seekers. Shouts out to all the new ones as well. I saw one new one in here. Salute to y'all, man. I can't do it with this. I can't. See, guys, we get in these rooms, but I tell Werner this all the time. It's people like that. Why people who actually are credible, people that actually do want to ask legit questions, it's a reason why those people can never get in those rooms. It's because of people like that. And here's the killing part. Here's the killing part. These people will have like 3,000 followers. And some way, somehow, they're in this fucking room because they work at iHeartRadio.
Uh-huh.
People Werner, am I lying?
No, you're not.
It'd be people with like 2,000 followers. But just because they have a fucking iHeartRadio badge, their media people are like, okay, you want to interview some wrestlers too?
You want Tony? We'll get you Tony on the show.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it's not sour grapes. Guys, we have the same access. I told Werner, confirm this or not. Did I not tell you I don't want to start setting up interviews until after WrestleMania?
Yep.
Because I knew I had all this stuff that I was finna do. I knew I was finna be doing media at some of these events. I said, I don't want to set up any interviews until after Mania, when I know the schedule's a little more clear, at least until All In. And by the way, Werner, brace for that, because I'm definitely going to be lining that shit up.
Right.
Oh, my God. Ass drums are flat. Oh, yeah, it was Bowen's. Not. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Tony, stop letting these people in your rooms, homie. Let's keep going before I get pissed
you know what
off.
this is? Hi, I'm unprepared, so I'm going to ask a random off-the-wall question.
Bro, you just said you hit the nail on the head. They come into these rooms and have nothing. They come into these rooms and have nothing to say. Adrian Carpenter came through. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that an old one? Oh, no. Yeah, I brought that one up. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Appreciate you, Adrian Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous, dude. Let's keep going with our show, ladies and gentlemen. I can't, bro. I just can't, bro. All right. Wow. We had the Hurt Syndicate consisting of Booby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin going against the Learning Tree. Big Bill, oh boy.
Bill Boy.
And Titty Sucker Brian Keith with his Pootie Tank pants.
Yep.
For the AEW World Tag Team Championships. All right. Mvip was on commentary for this one, but that wouldn't play a part because at the end of the day, the Hurt Syndicate would win by pinfall with a one-handed press from Shelton Benjamin on Brian Keith, retaining the AEW World Tag Team Championship. So let me do it like this. MJF would get involved in this match, or MJF as we call him.
Mm-hmm.
He would get involved in this match because as of the present moment, he's trying to prove himself to the Hurt Syndicate. Now, if you guys have seen MJF's booking since the beginning of AEW, you know how this is about to go. You know that he's going to do just enough to get involved, and then he's going to do something just diabolical enough to make everybody in the group turn on him, and then that's going to lead to a feud.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then they'll have to jump through hoops just to fight him, because that's how it always goes with MJF.
Yeah, we know how this goes with him. We know how this goes.
Which is just fucking annoying.
Like, once you've seen one MJF program, you've kind of seen them all.
Yep.
So knowing that, which is why I think Tony Khan needs to switch up MJF's booking. Knowing that, I can't get hype for this. I was happy to see the crowd hot for the Hurt Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. But I couldn't get invested in this match after I saw MJF. I was just like, oh no. We're about to get the trials of MJF, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're about to get the no, Bobby. In order to face me, you got to go through 6 guys, and then I'll face you at the pay-per-view. Pause, by the way.
Pause.
Mm-hmm. You got to walk on glass barefoot.
Like, I can't get into it. But here's the positive. Again, it was a story. It was focused. It's a focused story that we've seen a million times, but a focused story nonetheless. I hope Tony Khan pivots and that is not the booking he's going for with this. Because if that is the case, okay, then I'll come on here and eat crow and say I was wrong. But if we have a track record and game tape to go off of, that's probably what it's going to end up being.
Mm-hmm. Which then makes them look like that makes the Hurt Syndicate look stupid.
Yeah, do just enough to get in, then turn on the person in the group. Then you want to fight me and get hands on me? You got to face 6 guys. Then I'm not gonna fight you for free on Dynamite. I'm gonna fight you at a pay-per-view. Werner, how many times can we see it, dog?
I thought twice was enough.
I don't want to see it again. And Big Bill, for the love of God, talk to Tony Khan to see how you could get out of this learning tree shit, homie.
Yeah, for the love of God.
You out here wasting your prime in that goddamn group. Talk to Tony and see if it's a way you could get some better creative than this shit. I get it. You probably look at it like, hey, here's a gimmick that's keeping me on TV, so fuck it. I don't care. But, homie, you got to carry a bum, a dude that shouldn't even be in the position he's in. It's just a bunch of Texas indie wrestlers hyped him up because he had Still Tippin' as his theme song and he was dressed like a fake-ass Bandido. Only thing he was missing was a luchador mask.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the hype, Tony, the hype is dead, homie. The Brian Keith hype is dead. And we told you it was going to die. He was never that good to begin with. And if there's any Texas independent scene wrestlers, independent wrestling scene, wrestlers watching this right now and you feel offended by what I say, tough titty. I don't give a fuck. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all sent one of y'all worst prospects out into the national stage.
You should be embarrassed with yourself.
It's way better prospects on that Texas scene than fucking Brian Keith. And y'all sent Brian Keith. That's the guy that y'all signal boosted. So, yeah, y'all definitely should be ashamed of y'allselves. When y'all had talents like Maddie Rinkowski, y'all got talents now like Kaya Dream. Y'all got all these talents down there that are really hitting for something. And y'all sent Brian Keith. And y'all let Maddie Rinkowski go to WWE and be spayed and neutered.
Yep.
Imagine the character work Maddie Rinkowski could be doing in AEW right now.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Big Bill, try to figure out a way of getting out of that learning tree shit and leaving that dead weight that is named Brian Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it a try. It never hurts to ask, right, Warner?
Exactly. What's the worst thing that could happen? He says no.
Yeah. I just
Or
I
give me a couple of weeks. Let me figure something out.
Oh. Yeah, bro, I'm not a fan.
Neither am
I'm
I.
not a fan, dude. I'm not a fan. Damn, you fucked her name up twice.
Damn.
It's Madi. He fucked it up twice. Shit. No, it's all love. But yeah, no, when I saw she signed with WWE, I said, "Oh my God." I said, "You gotta be shitting me." Now, somebody might say, "Oh, well, that was her choice. That was her choice." You think she didn't have people pushing her in the direction of signing with WWE? I actually have this on good information that Werner, do I need to explain the scenario in which I found out she was being pushed towards WWE?
Haven't we explained this already?
No, we haven't.
Oh, sure.
I'm not gonna tell one part of it, but I'm gonna tell the part that you guys should know. Guys, I was sitting in a Portillo's with Maddie Rinkowski. That is a true story. Portillo's after an NWA show with two other wrestlers, and I'm telling you right now, she didn't have a good thing to say about AEW. The other wrestler didn't have a good thing to say about AEW, and the other wrestler didn't have a good thing to say about AEW. It was all WWE this, WWE that. So if you think wrestlers don't talk and influence each other and they just make their own decisions, you full of shit. These young wrestlers are pushed in one direction. They will never they'll never say that in an interview. It's rare when they do. It's very rare when they do. It's very rare when you get a Ray Phoenix. I am all WWE. That's rare.
WWE is my prison.
WWE.
WWE, this is my lifelong dream. That made me sick. When you posted him crying,
he was blubbering
in Gorilla.
No, let's put that in the proper context. That man was blubbering.
He was blubbering in Gorilla. I wanted to puke.
I said, is this man, when I first saw the clip, I said, is this man blubbering? He wasn't crying, y'all. He was WWE. It's been my dream since I'm a little boy. I was like, are you serious, homie? Don't believe me, go look.
It's pathetic.
It was mad pathetic. These wrestlers sign where they want. They're not influenced by anybody. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
The fuck out of here. Better act, boy. Y'all better stop acting like y'all know ball and y'all don't know ball. Get the fuck out of here. All right. But Werner, what did you think of that tag match, sir? Because I ain't got nothing else.
You know, I thought it was a little slow to start, and then
it was.
It just stalled in second gear-ish. I had high hopes for this match. I really did. But I don't know. This and then with the MJF stuff, this just ruins it. And then the camera angle couldn't get on MJF properly fast enough. What was that?
I won't say this was a stinker. What I'll just say is it could have been better in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been better in a lot of places. Like, if this was a ladder match, I think I might have enjoyed it more. You know why? Because you could have minimized Brian Keith's wrestling. Let me put that in quotations.
Yeah.
Wrestling. You could have minimized his wrestling. This match needed a gimmick bad. Yeah, it was hard hitting at the least. I'll give you that. Yeah. I'll read. The only reason why I read that comment is because that's what I was thinking. So shouts out to you. Yeah, it was hard hitting at the least for sure. I'll give you that, but that's not enough. That's not enough. That is not enough. WWE.
It's the greatest company of all time, and I can't believe I'm working here.
And then you got got Stephanie McCourt talking about I'm going to get my Royal Rumble number tattooed on me. I said, damn, dude, what type of dope dick demon shit are they putting on these wrestlers, bruh? What the hell? What
Does
type of...
everyone just get hypnotized when? So like you signed the contract, right, with WWE. Like you're going to NXT, and then all of a sudden you get to NXT your first day. All right, go to the hypnotist. Wait, what? Why do I got to go see a hypnotist? Because you got to be indoctrinated, and this is the fastest way to indoctrinate you into WWE.
What type of magical viscous innards ass shit do they got going on in that damn company?
You know?
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. In a way, I don't want to understand it. I never want to get in the mind of a person that thinks WWE is the end all be all.
Oh God. Industry standard.
Industry standard, these nuts. All right. Next up, we got Julia Hart going against Mercedes Mone in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. First round matchup. And I said this, and I was right. I don't want a pat on the back. I'm just going to put it out there. I said Mercedes was going to give Julia Hart her best match in AEW, and guess what she did?
Yep. Totally did.
And by the way, Mercedes, excellent job on pushing through that opening botch where you do the arm drag, you do the arm drag where you climb the ropes to do the arm drag. She pushed through that and kept going. The crowd ended up getting on her side a little bit. They couldn't help but laugh and cheer for her when she did the the little dance she does after she botched. They couldn't help but cheer and laugh because deep down inside, these fans that pretend to hate her actually love her. They're just mad she's not in the industry standard.
WWE.
Yeah, she broke. I've said this before. They're mad that she bucked the system. That's all it is. And she's a black woman. They're mad that she's a black woman that bucked the system. If she was a blonde-haired white girl that was built like fucking Tiffany Stratton, nobody would care. They would just cheer. Right. They would just cheer her anyway. But Mercedes pushed through. She got the respect of the crowd tonight. She gave Julia Hart her best match in AEW. And I tell you what, Mercedes Moné won by pinfall with a crucifix pin. Julia, they did an excellent job. Julia and Mercedes did a good job of making it seem like Julia had a chance of winning this match. So I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I won't say it was a cheat code, but I'll give this a mini cheat code just on the basis of Julia Hart stepping her game up and Mercedes making her look like $1 million. Go ahead.
Another match where, again, Mercedes elevates another female wrestler. Unlike other people in that other company who do nothing to elevate their roster.
Oh, you mean the women that are 0 for 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry, Ludwig is
He's
in
gonna
DMs.
cheat. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Guys, I posted something that went.
No one ever.
Werner, I posted something that went super viral. You tried to steal the thunder right there, but that ain't the actual joke. I appreciate it. All right. But I posted something that went like hyper mega viral. I'm sure y'all have seen it. It's almost at 1 million views. It's about to be at 41,000 likes. And it's a picture of Ludwig Kaiser, and it says, Ludwig Kaiser, the first man of all time to be accused of cheating, and not a single soul believed he did. Yeah, Miss 0 for 3. I'm sorry, Charlotte. What were you thinking with that line? Beloved, what were you thinking with that line? Have you not seen you? I'm not trying to dogpile on. I'm not trying to do that, but like Charlotte, if men have to be real about their looks and their social standing and all that old stuff, women need to start being the same way. Just because you blonde with some fake titties, that don't mean every man wants to fuck you. I know that's what the world tells you. White girls with blue eyes and blonde hair, every man wants them. Nah, not all the time.
No.
Not all the time. Some men like Latinas, Some men like black women. So, like everybody got their flavor. If you could find you a little Native American girl, some men might like a Native American girl.
Yeah. Or an Asian.
Yeah. Charlotte, sweetheart, that your archetype is dying. You know that, right? You know your archetype in the dating marketplace is dying. You know that, right? The blonde hair, big fake boobs, blue eye, like that archetype is dying.
Now, 20 years ago,
25.
you would have been
really.
okay. Okay, 25. 25 years ago, you would have been swimming.
As the world turns. Yeah, you would have been the shit. But look, Charlotte, sweetheart, you can't say that to another woman that fits the same archetype but looks better than you. That's
And
what
is
makes
younger.
it look, Werner, that's what I think makes it look even worse.
Yeah.
You said that to a fellow dying archetype that's younger and better looking than you. That ain't even the pot calling the kettle black. That's the whale calling the human dry. Like, what are
What's
we doing?
that saying you always have? The fit, feminine, and
fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive. Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt Charlotte is anything of those.
I doubt she doesn't. She doesn't probably fit that bill in any capacity. At least Tiffany's feminine.
Yes.
Bruh, and fit. I'll give credit where credit's due. And fit.
Yeah.
Sweetheart. Charlotte, I hope you learned from that. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you hit the wall. Yeah, you hit the wall. That's okay. It happens to every woman on the planet. You hit the wall. That's it. And you had an airbag. You're a flare. You had an airbag. You didn't even hit the wall and fly through the windshield. You hit the wall and hit into an airbag. You can get out the car and dust yourself off. And that's what you need to do. Get out the car, dust yourself off, and accept that there's a new model on the road that won't run into a fucking wall. That's all. Yeah, I'm just being real, man. I don't know. I thought that was mad funny, Werner. I thought that was mad funny.
Yeah.
But
Real quick before we get to the next match. Julia, this was a great building block for your career.
It was.
Expound on that going forward. Watch this match back a few times, 100 times, and build on what you learned from Mercedes and use that for your next match.
And the crowd got behind you. The crowd got behind you.
Exactly. The crowd got behind you. Use it. Keep using it for your next 10 to 15 to 20 matches. And keep learning from those matches. And keep learning from those matches.
And you made some mistakes in this matchup, but just like Mercedes, you pushed through them. And at 23 years old, that's about all you can do.
Right.
If Mercedes wanted to pout after the couple mistakes she made, she could have. She could have just destroyed the whole flow of the match. Damn, it sounds like I'm describing Miss 0-3 again.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn, it sounds like I was describing Miss 0-3 all over again.
Or BBL.
That was a never was, Werner. I don't think that counts.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, Julia, study the game tape. Look at what worked. Look at what didn't. But either way, listen to the crowd. The crowd was chanting your name at one point. I think it was out of resentment for Mercedes for the most part, but the point is they got behind you. Build on that. Yeah, definitely build on that. I agree with that point for sure. But just like I said about Kevin Knight, you're not going to be in there with, Will Osprey every week. Julia, you're not going to be in there with Mercedes every week. So you got to figure out what works for you. Quick. All right, let's keep going. We had the Death Riders consisting of Claudio, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta going against Rated FTR consisting of Adam Copeland, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. All right. I love the flow of this match. I love the physicality of this match. This was super hard hitting.
Yes.
I love that everything felt like it had a purpose in this match. Like every move felt like it had a purpose in this match. But that doesn't shock me considering the competitors. That doesn't shock me considering the competitors. But it was a little malfunction at the junction at the end. Adam and Dax cracked skulls. Harwood was isolated, and Wheeler Yuta ended up hitting the Busaiku knee, and that won the match for the Death Riders, and they retained the AEW World Trios Championships. I'm going to give this match a mini cheat code just because I like the sense of urgency. I like the physicality. I like the selling, and I like the cadence that they used in this match. And, I mean, Adam Copeland, I don't know how many of these turn back the clock performances he has left. I don't know how, because he's getting up there in age.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many of those he has left. But if he has about, let's just say for sake of argument, if he has about 15 of those left, at least 5 of those need to be dedicated to what I'm about to say next. Post-match, Dax struggled to get to his feet. Adam Copeland helps him up, and he takes it. Cash putting his hand in too. And then Dax Harwood would end up pulling Adam Copeland in and spiking him with a pile driver right on his surgically repaired neck.
Mm-hmm.
Dax goes to the floor, grabs a pair of chairs, sets him up for the concerto. Cash looks at the chair, takes it, and throws it aside before shoving Dax down and helping Adam to his feet. And then they pulled him in for a shatter machine. You know what I'm saying? So they turned on his ass, and then it was a spike pile driver on the chair, 2 concertos, and then they gave Adam Copeland that stretcher job up out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, I said 5 of his, if he has 15 turn back the clock matches, 5 of them need to be dedicated to what I'm about to say next. If they are laying the foundation for, a Cope and Christian reunion to take on FTR, I want to see this not be a 3-match series. I want this to be a best of 5. I want to see these guys go at it for 5 matches.
So are we starting at double or nothing?
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. How long? I really don't give a shit. Like, 5 of those matches need to be dedicated. If you have 15 of those left, Adam Copeland, 5 of them need to be dedicated to your run with Christian if there's going to be one.
He'll be 52 in October.
I think he out of there at 55. The business. I think by 55 he's out of there. I don't see him wrestling until he's 60. I don't see that at all. I see him pushing it to 55 and getting up out of there.
Yeah.
Because I think he could go after next year. I think after 2026, he could go to a soft schedule. He could go to the Sting schedule and nobody will bat an eye.
No.
So we'll see. But I love the post-match angle. I love the way that they pump faked it at first, where it was like it seems like it was going to be some moral confliction and FTR was going to break up. I like the way they did that, and then they was just like, nah, it's exactly what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I love the spot where before they could put Adam Copeland on the stretcher, FTR
Cash just took the neck braces like, fuck it, he doesn't need it.
That was funny, and he laid on the stretcher, and that was funny.
That was funny.
I didn't know they had that club in the bag, if I'm being honest.
See, normal stuff like this can be funny. We don't need it beaten over our heads, Tony.
Yeah, straight up. But I'm looking forward to this either way. I'm very excited to see where this goes. I love the way this was executed. The match was a mini cheat code. I have no complaints. Werner, go ahead. Give your take.
No, I think the one word you were missing was no wasted movements.
That's more than one word, but I got you.
Huh?
That's more than one word, but I got you.
You get my point.
You want a nitpick? I'm a nitpick. How about that? Don't get mad when you get a taste of your own medicine, motherfucker.
No, I enjoyed this match very much. I loved how stiff it was. I love to see this again, even though we're not going to get it again. But they left you wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about AEW. They always leave you with wanting more, and they definitely did that with this. And then the turn, I loved the turn, and how funny it was at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And if we get a Coping Cage tag team match against FTR, I hope it's a 5 series too, and I hope We get a lot of stips. Maybe there's a TLC match for the titles of some kind. I don't know which ones, since they can go for any of them anywhere at any time. But it'd be worth it to get a TLC if they can do it.
If they can hold up, yeah.
If they can hold up. And I'm talking about Cope and Cage.
I think he has one more left.
A TLC match?
I think he has one more left.
Okay.
He can't do the spear off the ladder thing.
No.
But I think he has one more left.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, I wouldn't risk it.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see. Cool. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this ball rolling, man. Let's get the energy up in this motherfucker, man. Y'all kind of, I know it's late, but y'all kind of stalling this motherfucker out, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, man. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Much love to everybody in the house tonight. If you are in here, we appreciate you rocking out. True Seekers Roll Call. Maybe that'll wake y'all ass up and stop freezing up our comment section. True Seekers Roll Call. Let's get that shit popping in here, man. Stop playing with us, bro.
Or is everybody still over at the scrum? That should be over with, I would think.
Over. Them scrums ain't that long no more.
No.
Nah. Because Tony Khan got sick of fucking feeding wrestlers to this people flats or drums.
What you Waffle House IHOP order?
Cornballs. Just absolute
fact that
fucking...
The Rock had to answer that question is hilarious.
Fucking corn billions. I can't stand them, dude. I'm sorry. Like, I will never, dude, I don't care how many wrestlers bring these people along to use them for clout. I don't care how many of them like people like that. I will never capitulate to that ever. I don't got to do the reels with the little pop-up letters with the bouncing ball on them.
Right.
You'll never see that from us. I'm just letting you know right now, if that's something that you like and that's the style of content you enjoy, we too old for that shit.
Yeah.
With the little zoom in angles and the zoom in on the face after every fucking sentence. So, when you did this in this match, what were you thinking? Like, nah, it's too much. It's sensory fucking overload.
Hey, what's your favorite brand of shoe?
Yeah. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Plus, that shit requires way too much time to have on your hands. No, I don't have that much time on my hands to be doing that shit either. Straight up. All right, let's keep it rolling, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Next up, we have a Megasis approaching. Megan Bayne going against timeless Toni Storm, who is playing the role of Rocky Storm tonight.
That was phenomenal.
I love everything she's doing, dude.
Dear Lord.
I love everything Toni Storm is doing. And it was for the AEW Women's World Championship. And I tell you what, I've always said as a booker, Tony Khan has a little bit of a gift. I will stand on this until the end of time. He had an opportunity to either put the belt on Megan Bayne, or if she had to lose, he was going to have to figure out some way for her to lose without her looking like a fucking dork.
Mm-hmm.
That was the challenge that Tony was tasked with. Now, Toni Storm would win by pinfall with a small package, retain the AEW Women's World Championship.
Yep.
But let's talk about what happened right before that. She hit her with like 4 hip attacks. Well, I don't know why they still call them hip attacks. She's basically hitting you with the side of her ass.
Yep.
And then she picks her up for a Storm Zero, and Megan Bayne kicked out at fucking 1. Now, let me tell you something. Tony Khan did it again. He did it again. Megan Bayne came out of this looking like a fucking monster.
Mm-hmm.
She was put over on commentary. Most of the offense of this match was Megan Bayne. And then you came away from this match feeling like, I can't wait to see this again. I don't know, Werner, I don't know how he does it. I don't know how the fuck he does it. Because this could have went bad. This could have went bad.
Yeah, it could have. He just loves walking the tightrope. I think that's the best analogy I could give. He loves walking the tightrope between it's going to work out and it's going to be a home run or dumpster fire.
And he's starting to extinguish those dumpster fires one by one.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you what. Some people might not agree with me. I feel like Megan Bayne came out of this match looking way stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Now it feels like Megan Bayne is on a fucking warpath. She took the world champion to her limit and made it look effortless. Megan Bayne is a building block for the future of the AEW women's division. I am now willing to say that definitively. Again, one of those things where I say if you disagree, you might be a hater. If you disagree with that, you might be a fucking hater. I'm just going to call it like I see it. And salute to Toni, by the way, even though she didn't give her the pin, salute to Toni for doing good business and letting Megan Bayne get like 90% of the offense in this match.
Right.
She could have pulled rank. Toni Storm could have pulled rank. Toni Storm could have been like, no, this is going to be a 50-50 fucking match. And Tony Khan probably would have been like, okay. But instead, she was like, no, let me go out here and make Megan Bayne look like $1 million fucking bucks. Let me make her look like the megasis everybody calls her. And that's exactly what happened. Mission fucking accomplished. And I feel like that mission would have been accomplished either way, whether if Megan won or if Megan lost. In this case, she lost, but I think the next time these two ladies face off, she ain't gonna lose.
I think it's going to be a stip match, too. I don't know what the stip is, but it's going to be a stip match.
Yeah, but either way, the next time they face off, she ain't losing.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't gonna be no best of 3.
No.
So, guys, I'm excited for Megan Bayne's future. I'm excited to see what Toni Storm does next creatively. I have no complaints about this match. And Penelope Ford, good fucking Lord.
I'm like, goddamn, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch, you dirty bitch.
Go ahead.
Watching this match, I was blown away at Toni selling tonight. She worked it perfectly with the selling for tonight's match. I mean, I cannot believe how well she worked. Like, you don't see this much, this type of selling for someone who's been in the company
month-ish,
3 weeks, something like. And you're already in a world title program, and a champion acts and Tony's acting like a giving champion like that. Wow.
And this like, not to be forgotten, Werner, this was a sink or swim moment for Megan Bayne too.
Exactly. And she swam the fuck out of this match too. But I mean, Toni really was just very, very giving and very, very awesome to Megan Bayne tonight. And Megan Bayne knocked it out of the park. Again, leaving more. I can't wait for part 2. Probably next month, I'm guessing. And then the beginning video with the running and the workout, that was great. We need more of that. Can we get more of that on pay-per-views?
It's called creativity.
Yeah, can we get more creativity on these pay-per-views?
And Megan Bayne, keep the belly-to-belly suplex in your fucking arsenal.
Yes.
The belly-to-belly overhead suplex, keep that in your fucking arsenal.
Yes.
It looks nasty when you do it. I don't know what it is. It like the way she does it is very unique.
It looks like she's getting ragdolled.
Yeah. Keep that in your arsenal. And also that Luther spot with Penelope Ford was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of funny.
That was the. Again, you know what? Here's another thing. No wasted movements. And then you have something for Luther to do with Penelope Ford.
He
So
got
it's
something
not-
to do, all right.
He got something to do.
Lord. No, but salute to Megan Bayne. Salute to Toni Storm. Y'all both did exactly what y'all were supposed to do. Mission fucking accomplished. I have no complaints. The audience should have no complaints.
Exactly.
And any nitpicks you could give of this match are bare minimum. They're bare minimum. There's some people I saw that were all up in their fucking feelings. I think they were likely fed walkers. But there were a couple people that were in their feelings that Megan Bayne didn't win this match. But I felt like it could have went either way. I would have liked to see Megan Bayne win, but it's only because I think that would have made for a moment.
Yeah, we need to go. You need to go the long haul with Megan.
Yeah. So shouts out to fucking Megan Bayne. She killed it. She absolutely killed it. All right, let's keep this ball rolling on this show, ladies and gentlemen. How many more we got? Just check it. All right, Warner, it is your time to actually step up, my good sir. Wait, no, hold on. I got one more. My fault. I actually do have one more. My bad. All right, Warner, are you ready to keep it going with this show, my good sir?
Yes.
All right, we got Kyle Fletcher going against Mark Briscoe in the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament first round matchup. Kyle Fletcher went out there and said, I am going to be Michael Jordan on the 98 Bulls.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever. He just went out there and just put on a mini cheat code with Mark Briscoe just for the love of the game. He really didn't even have to go that hard. But him and Mark Briscoe went out there. Mark Briscoe was selling his ass off. He was an excellent fucking baby face for Kyle Fletcher to bounce off of, pause if necessary. But I think Kyle Fletcher went out there and put up 40 points. Kyle Fletcher went out there and put up a triple-double, 40 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. This was an excellent performance from him. These are performances you need to pile up in order for Tony Khan to be like, you're going to be my world champion someday. So salute to Kyle Fletcher for his performance in this matchup. Everything he did was crisp. Everything he did had purpose. Everything he did felt impactful. His kicks were fucking lethal in this matchup. Excellent work. All I can say is just fucking Lord. Kyle, keep up the good work, man. And the turnbuckle brainbuster would finish off this match, and he picked up the win to advance in the Owen Hart tournament. Excellent work, Kyle Fletcher. Good work, Mark Briscoe. That's all I got.
It's crazy to me how much chemistry these two have. It's mind-boggling. Two people that you didn't think would have chemistry have this crazy chemistry, and they're probably going to have what, half a dozen more matches in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? I mean, I know we're at 4 right now, but like these two, just they got it together. Like they have it, but together. It's crazy. I love this match. I want to see it again. I mean, Kyle went balls to the wall. Mark Briscoe's like, you're going to go balls to the wall. Hell, I'm going to go balls to the wall too.
That's just the type of wrestler he is.
Well, yes, but like, I mean, I just, I had no complaints. None whatsoever.
And to anybody that was sitting there thinking, oh, bathroom break. Bathroom break. You missed out on a great match.
Yeah, you did.
Like, if you thought that was going to be a bathroom break, you actually ended up missing out on a really good match. That's why AEW pay-per-views are must-see. You can't look away from them for too long. You cannot look away from an AEW pay-per-view for too long. It'll be the one match you think is not going to hit worth a motherfucking lick at all that ends up being insane. So, yeah, don't sleep. Dude, when it comes to AEW pay-per-views, don't be that dumbass that sleeps, bro. Respectfully. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for Werner to carry his own weight, which is going to be nearly impossible because that would mean he would have to lift himself. So let's go ahead and let's toss the floaty over to Werner, and let's also build a lazy river, or as I like to call it in Werner's case, a moat around his home so he can float. Let's get it.
All right, up next we have Bandido taking on Chris Jericho in a title versus mask match
Oh boy.
for the Ring of Honor title.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well,
Oh,
we found the
boy.
cool down match.
Oh boy. You know what I got? I ended up having a label for this match.
Really? Okay.
I got a label for this match. This was the Tony Khan keep Chris Jericho happy so he doesn't go back to WWE special.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was booked like Sting versus Hogan at Starrcade 90-7. Literally, I'm not even reaching. Literally, do the summary just like I did, Werner. I got something for this match, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, so first up, we have the titty sucker Brian Keith and Gravity fighting to distract the ref, and then Jericho grabbed a baseball bat and decked Bandido sloppily on the shoulder, not the head, and hid the evidence, and Jericho made the pin and win. Then randomly, Aubrey Edwards is talking to Bandido's family. You can't make this shit up. And said there's a bat over there.
No.
And of course, Aubrey, having to get herself over,
Oh my God.
found the bat.
Try.
And Bryce Remsburg restarted the fucking match.
Bruh.
And then Bandido did a big boot and the 21 Plex to win the match, keep his mask, and win the ROH title.
Yeah,
Simple
thank
as
you.
that.
Thank you, Penn Mike, in advance. Thank you, Penn Mike, in advance. Give me a Y2 knife. Chris Jericho, this is all, you're the new Cody in AEW. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You refuse to just, like, in this case, it's like, instead of Cody not wanting to turn heel, all AEW fans have asked of you is just to take a break. Take 6 months, get back into shape, get some of that middle-aged spread off of you in your midsection. That's literally, you would do it if it was WWE.
Oh, easily.
You'd be in the best shape of your fucking life if it was WWE.
Mm-hmm.
All the AEW fans have been asking you is take a break, 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 take a break. And you keep refusing. And then you go out in an interview and say, oh, I'm not leaving WWE off the table. And you know that's going to make Tony Khan panic book you.
Yep.
And we got this fucking monkey trash. All you, dude, just take a fucking break. Take
Not
a
that
half
hard.
a year. That's all people are fucking asking. Is your ego that large that you feel like if you take a break for 6 months, people are going to be like, oh, Jericho's legacy has disappeared from my mind. I want to break the walls down. Jericho. And to people saying this match was bad, this was not a bad match. Chris Jericho actually performed well in this match. The booking of this match was garbage. That's what was trash. The match was fine. The match itself was fine. It wasn't anything special, but it was fine. The match did just good enough work to get the job done. But the problem was the job was overstaffed. This was so overbooked. This reeked of Tony Khan going back into I can't tell you no mode. You should have, the moment Chris Jericho pitched this finish and you had to get Bandido's people involved, you should have been like, Jericho, I'm the boss. I'm not conceding to you on this one. This is fucking stupid.
Yep.
Do the fucking favors, homie.
For the love of God.
And when Jericho said what he said in that interview, like, oh, it depends on the circumstances at the time if I go back to WWE. Translation, If I'm beating everybody on the roster and I'm fucking 36-0 leading up to my contract, then I might stay. Seriously. This was overbooked nonsense. Again, the match was fine. Bandido showed up and showed out.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 minute fucking suplex was fucking sick.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The power bomb bump to the outside he fucking took. And it was some goddamn basement dwelling dork on Twitter that I had to pack up talking about some, oh, you guys are glazing this. It was just a simple bump to the outside. It wasn't anything special. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, first of all, I don't argue with these people. I just block them. I'm not finna argue with you. I'm not finna argue with somebody on the internet. But if I was to argue, I'd have been like, homie, show me the footage of you taking that same bump.
Right.
If you can't show me footage of you taking that same bump, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Your opinion is null and void. But Toni, you abandoned the no train for Chris Jericho. You need to put Chris Jericho on that train, tell him sit down, enjoy the refreshments, and shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or release him. One of the two. Because after this, after what I just saw tonight, now Jericho, I don't even want you to take a break. I just want you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Now you ruined it. You could have just took a break. You could have just took a break. Too late. Too late. Any further thoughts on this match, Werner? I ain't got shit else.
Thank God Chris Jericho doesn't have a world title anymore. He shouldn't be getting world title opportunities in 2025 or 2026. This was terrible. I mean, the match was good. Don't get me wrong. I like the match itself, but once it got to the main roster fuckery nonsense that WWE loves to do so much, I was tuned out. Alrighty, up next we have Adam Cole, Bebe, versus Daniel Garcia in a no interference / no time limit match for the TNT title.
Boy, get ready to move on from this match super quick because I only got one thing to say.
Adam,
finally, the belt is off of fucking Daniel Garcia.
Yes.
That's all. That's all I have. Say the result. You can say the result. I just said it, but say the result. Go ahead, please. I don't have nothing else.
Adam Cole hit the Panama Sunrise Flush and then hit the other side of the ring to hit a lowering the boom for the win. Post-match, Cole offered his hand to Garcia, who accepted his handshake and gave Cole the ring.
The default create a wrestler that ain't worth his weight in the goddamn tights he got on has been vanquished. Yep. Thank you, God.
Yes.
Thank you for finally pivoting. Thank you.
It only took you, 6 months?
Oh my God. It felt like a fucking eternity. Toni, thank you for finally realizing that he's just not that fucking guy, dog. Thank you. Oh, that made me so happy. Dude, that brought me so much joy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, let's keep the ball rolling.
All right, our next match is a motherfucking cheat code. Next match is a motherfucking cheat code, and that is one Kenneth Omega III versus Richard O'Shea and Mike the Dragon Bailey, or Speedball. This match was fucking phenomenal from start to finish. They pushed the action. There was never a dull moment. This match was phenomenal. In fact, you know what? The ending. I love the ending the best. Because what would happen was Kenny Omega would hit a one-winged angel on Ricochet from the top rope, while Mike Bailey is doing a trio whoa, grabbing at Ricochet. What a fucking story right there. What a fucking story to tell inside of a match right there.
Another story that I think, Blinken, you might have missed it. Seeing Kenny Omega snap into like that best bout machine Terminator mode. Like in real time, where like that moment of the match, that was when the match went to like the next level. That moment where you saw him snap into like that New Japan mode, that was the best. That was when like the match was like, it was already in second gear. It was already in second gear up until that point. It went into third gear once Kenny Omega went into third gear. And that, to me, that's what sets Kenny Omega apart from a lot of wrestlers in the industry. I would even say 85% of them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that can do what Kenny Omega can do when he cuts that light on. But yeah, when he snapped into that mode, that was when that match it went even higher for me. But I agree, this was a cheat code. I have no questions that it was a cheat code.
Yeah.
Speedball showed the fuck out.
Yep.
Kenny Omega showed the fuck out.
Yep.
Richard O'Shea was the perfect heater in this match. He did excellent heel work in this match.
Yes.
Give that man his flowers, dude. He did excellent heel work in this matchup.
Hunter fumbled. Hunter fumbled.
No, but AEW fans ain't that corny, homie.
Yeah, I know.
Instead, they got men in their crowds talk about some Ricky Strokes while they're grinding the air.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of y'all have seen that clip. Yeah. That's the type of people we dealing with when it comes to those fans.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think if I had any final thoughts on this match. Kenny Omega is already building up the value of that belt even more. Takeshita left it in good shape.
Yeah.
But Kenny is taking it to like that next level. And it's going to go even further into that next level, because say what would happen after the match.
All right, post-match, Omega was trying to recover before we heard a coin drop sound. Oh no, a coin dropped. And Okada made his way to the ring with his Continental title. The stare down was only brief as Omega flinched first and walked to the back, as the tease of a showdown has finally happened in AEW.
So rumor has it the Continental and International are going to merge. I don't even know who I want to win that matchup at All In. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know who I want to win that match. I haven't sat down and like thought about it.
What is it, 4-2?
I don't know. Not off the top of my head. I would have to look.
Yeah.
Look. That moment could have been bigger. I think due to time constraints or whatever the case may be, because it seemed like Kenny Omega kind of rushed up the ramp like he got a cue or something.
Right.
I want to see them do a better version. I'm sure Tony Khan is going to build it better, but I want to see them do a better stare down. I want to see them actually like square up. So I like that this is happening, but I want to see this executed a little bit better. That's all I got.
Yeah. All righty. In our main event, we have Jon Moxley taking on Swerve Strickland to retain for the world title.
The man that is consumed by the most fake hate that I think I've seen in professional wrestling history since the dirt sheet era.
Yeah.
I think Moxley gets in modern wrestling, Moxley has gotten the biggest fake outrage I think I've ever seen. And I wish I was I really wish I was trolling. I actually wish I was trolling. Y'all not even trying to hide the fact that y'all outraged for him is fake.
Right.
But give the result, because I want to talk about this match a little bit.
Okay. So we have Swerve Strickland hitting a vertebreaker, and then Hangman shows up out of nowhere and is about to decide to do he does a buckshot on Mox, and then gets outside the ring and is about to do a buckshot lariat. He didn't know who to pick. Then out of nowhere, Pac shows up, and Claudio and Wheeler start attacking him. Then the Ops show up to take out the Death Rider trios. Then the lights went out, came back on. The Young Bucks were holding Swerve Strickland and hit a BTE trigger. Mox crawled over and made the cover in the pin. And Moxley has retained.
So I said it at the beginning of this stream. A lot of y'all that have this fake outrage towards Tony Khan's booking of Jon Moxley, tell me you're used to the WWE booking of heels without telling me you're used to the WWE booking of heels.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me. Just be honest with yourself. And you know who you are. Because I saw a couple of y'all earlier comment. You know who you are. Because I'm going to say something. For Tony Khan to book this the way he did, that took nuts, homie. That took nuts. To go this far against the grain takes nuts. Nuts that WWE has not had with their booking since the Attitude Era. I don't give a damn about the ABCDEFG chief. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That's not a real heel, homie. Jon Moxley was physical in this match, brutal in this match, unforgiving in this match. He utilized all of his resources as a heel to get this victory. Like, what more can you ask for out of a fucking heel? Are y'all really this dense and fucking brainwashed by WWE booking and not see that Tony Khan is booking the best heel in the business? Are y'all that slow? I know what I'm saying is going to get some dislikes right now. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm tired of people acting slow. I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers acting slow about this Moxley shit. Y'all are so fucking fed-brained that, like, when y'all see something that goes against that prototypical fucking WWE style of booking with heels, y'all brains can't fucking compute it. You get the fucking blue screen of death. This is how a heel should be booked. In order for a heel to build himself up to be strong, guess what? He actually has to beat top baby faces. Otherwise, you're not building a good enough heel. If the heel doesn't have enough heat and enough victories to be credible, how the fuck can you call him a heel? See, y'all used to this because WWE overcooked. And I don't mean that they cooked to begin with, but I mean they overcooked the Roman Reigns thing. He just beat everybody. Motherfucking, we watched Roman Reigns beat everybody for like 4 years.
In uninspiring ways, too.
And y'all really bitching about Moxley? Name one Roman Reigns match during its entire run where nobody could beat him. Where you were like, uh-oh, this might be the moment where he loses the belt. Name it. Name it. And be in good faith. Don't give me some bad faith bullshit. In good faith, answer that question. Oh, this might be the one where Roman goes down. Every match that Moxley has had, since he's been this heel champion, you like, oh man, who is this gonna be the guy to take him down? I think so. You watch Moxley beat the shit out of Swerve for a majority of this match.
Mm-hmm.
And then Toni cleverly found a way to include the Hangman shit with this matchup. Make Swerve look like a fucking massive baby face. He came out in fucking Static Shock gear for God's sake.
Yep.
Yet again, Toni accomplished 4 things in his fucking matchup, and nobody's giving him credit. No one is giving him credit. Because y'all have all this fake outrage towards Moxley and the Death Riders. But I know Moxley is probably like, ooh, some of this heat gonna come off me because the Young Bucks are back now. Because y'all have the fake outrage y'all have for Moxley right now is the same fake outrage y'all have for the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
In the early AEW days. But then when they disappear for a little bit, where are all the credible heel tag teams in AEW? You remember that, Werner?
And now we have 2.
And there goes the 4th thing that Toni did right there.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, guys, guess what? It's a cliffhanger. Now I want to know why the Young Bucks helped him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be haters. Just because y'all didn't get a payoff of the John Cena storyline after Chamber, don't mean every other promotion got a book like that fucking monkey trash. Y'all got to stop with that fake ass fucking disdain. It's so phony. It's so fucking phony. Grow up. I get it. WWE had a chokehold on wrestling for a long time. I get it. But I'm loving this shit. Because now I am sitting back going, damn, who is going to beat him?
Exactly. And since we have this cliffhanger, man, I can't wait to tune in on Wednesday. When was the last time you said, oh man, it's the WrestleManias and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow on Raw. When was the last time you actually fucking said that? Oh, Backlash is over. I can't wait till Friday on SmackDown to see the fallout of this match.
And if you watch us, you should know to put your fanboy or fangirlisms up. Put them up in the fucking cupboard when you watching us. Let's talk objectively. Let's talk analytically. Fuck all that fanboy shit. Well, I'm not a fan of this person, so I'm just going to keep saying it over and over. No. Be objective. Look at it down the fucking middle. Jon Moxley is the biggest and best heel in professional wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or fucking not. Whether you like it or fucking not. Who else is doing what he's doing? See, that's typically the biggest sign of if something is a success or failure. Who else is doing what he's doing? Go.
No one.
So you can hate it all the fuck you want. Put your fanboyism in the fucking drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Said the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's the Bucks. If that is the role they're going to play, cool, but we won't know until Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you could take them seriously. We're talking about a show. This is a television show, homie. This is a predetermined sport. I really don't give a damn.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm only reading comments because we at the end anyway. You see what I'm saying? He has built up so much anxiety for people just to even see the world title again.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I just say on another review, that's going to be one hell of a moment. Whoever cracks open that briefcase to pull that championship out, that's going to be a huge fucking moment. Don't be mad because when Cody beat Roman, the fucking hype of it fizzled out the very next week.
Right.
And nobody cared. The only person that cared was Cody. Y'all got to get out that fucking Fed brain, dog. Y'all got to get out that fucking Fed brain. If Darby opens the briefcase, fine. But whoever opens that briefcase, that's going to be a moment.
Mm-hmm. A big one, too.
That's going to be on AEW, Best of AEW compilations for however long they exist.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was going to have to rant about it because I just can't take the fake outrage no more. I can't take it no more. I love what Moxley's doing. Objectively, I love what Moxley's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But give your thoughts on this, Warner.
I liked the match. I thought it was a little slow to start, but I enjoyed this match. I love, like, I feel like he's trying to be a serial killer in his matches. Just that slow prodding. You're gonna feel the pain before you die.
He was picking them apart this whole match.
Yeah, picking them apart this whole match. And Swerve tried to keep up, but he just couldn't tonight. And that ladder spot, that was great. That was phenomenal. And to all the drones on Twitter complaining about, oh, it's past my bedtime. Why are they doing this at 11:20 and it's after midnight? Why do they have so many Let it the fuck go. You're getting your money's worth. We're getting great matches. We're getting 10 or 12, I forget how many matches for $50 versus $5 versus what, $7 for 5 matches that aren't good,
and hundreds of commercials,
and hundreds of commercials on a pay-per-view. Hundreds of commercials on a pay-per-view. Did you see any commercials tonight? No. So shut the fuck up.
That's how you know it's Fair Walker saying it, because they're whining.
Hmm?
AEW
That's all
fans
they know how to
ain't
do
whining.
is whine.
That's what I'm saying. AEW fans ain't whining about shit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go to ratings, man. Because I could go off about that all night. I can't stand it anymore. I tried to see it the way of the people that don't like the storyline, and then I ended up finding nothing. I ended up coming back with nothing. It's just hate for the sake of damn hate. It's corny. It's fucking corny. I'm sorry. I said at the beginning of the review, I'm going to say it again. I wasn't raised to be a hater. If something's good, I'm going to say it's good.
Right.
But I'm going to go to ratings for this one. I feel like for this to be Tony Khan's first focused storyline pay-per-view in the company's history.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to still pull in what I consider this to be an 8.8 pay-per-view, that should tell you that this man is on fire and he ain't stopping no time soon. Because you could tell he was really dipping his toe into booking a storyline-based pay-per-view. And he was like, I'm not just going to dip my toe. I'm going to jump into the deep end and see if I swim. And he swam.
Mm-hmm.
And he swam. This was a risk. This was a risk. And what better pay-per-view to experiment with this on than Dynasty? Considering Dynasty's the new pay-per-view of the slate. What better pay-per-view than to experiment with that with? If he wants to go back to like the chaos booking for, Double or Nothing, that's fine. But at least he could say, I tried to do the storyline focused pay-per-view thing, and I didn't like the way it felt to me.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to even for this to even still be an 8.8, thumbs up to you, Tony Khan. Moment of the night. You know what? I'm gonna go off the beaten path. I'm gonna give it to all of the vets except for Jericho. All of the vets except for Jericho understood the fucking assignment tonight.
Yeah.
We got these kids whose careers are in our hands. We're gonna make them look like $1 million fucking bucks. That Mercedes did it. Will did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Mark Briscoe did it. So I'm going to give moment of the night to the vets. The vets really went out there and made it a point to make these young cats look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I was at an 8-9. I thought this was a phenomenal show. Again, focused. I hope we get more of these so then we can rate them higher. Because there's nothing better than a focused show. Moment of the night. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Toni and Megan. That was a phenomenal women's match, and they deserve their flowers.
Oh, let me see. I see 8.8 for me. I like Revolution better. Said 9. Moment of the night. Triple threat match. Mo said 41 minutes and 7 seconds of wrestling on Raw. 43 minutes 49 seconds on SmackDown. Ron said 9 out of 10 moment of the night. 3-way match. Miguel said 8.9 out of 10. Mr. Mayhem said 8. Moment of the night. That's kind of low. Moment of the night. Adam Cole winning the TNT Championship. Said hour 40 seconds on Dynamite for wrestling. 59 minutes 9 seconds on Collision. 2 hours 38 minutes 49 seconds on Dynasty, including 0 hour. The moment of the night. Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne. Elise gave it an 8. Moment of the night on Mega match. Said my respect for Tony kind of increased for not pivoting off of Mox. He's not letting IWC bully him now. Yeah, he said it in the media call for Dynasty that he's not going to be pushed off his square when it comes to Moxley. He said it. He flat out said it. I don't know if you caught that. He flat out said it. I was like listening to it. I was like, oh shit. I did not expect him to say that. Yeah, he basically said go fuck yourself. You want that fed-brained goddamn ABC, YTC booking, go watch it. Go watch it.
And go be disappointed.
Yeah. Matthew Shell said 8.8. Mercedes pushed it through. Yeah, because early in that match, Mercedes looked out of sorts and she pushed through. And she pushed through enough to still make Julia Hart look good. Saying anytime Moxley came out, the ratings went up. And the tickets leading up to this event, the week leading up to this event moved fast.
Yeah, they did.
And guess who was at the top of this card? WWE fans love using business metrics to justify pushes.
Yep.
You kind of backed yourself into a corner there, Fed Walkers. But yeah, let me see what we got. Said okay, no more ratings. All right, for sure. We gave y'all 2 hours, 12 minutes. That's actually quicker than I thought we was gonna get up out of here. I thought we were gonna be like 2:30, 2:40. All right, well shit. I don't have a pay-per-view edition to clear the air. Oh, yes, I do. Keep your negativity to your fucking self.
Yeah.
I notice like the more I ascend and the more I transcend, it's just like people just come out of nowhere with this like weirdly aimed negativity. And boy, and that's why I want to clear the air on. And by the way, guys, I got a bombshell to drop tomorrow on our show about WrestleMania and the events that surround it. I cannot wait to drop that shit. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. And it involves every single one of you beautiful people being ID'd. No, I'm playing. But it does involve that. And it's diabolical work. I can't wait to tell y'all, man. But Warner, did you want to clear the air on anything?
I got nothing, actually.
Cool. All right, y'all. Well, we came in here and gave y'all 2 hours and 13 minutes of this phenomenal fucking work. We know it was late, so not everybody could be in this motherfucking main. But if you are watching this, appreciate you watching on playback, all that good stuff. And we finna get up out of here, y'all. So therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the braids in his hair. So sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, just your boy, Mr. Starkside.
Being in football worldwide, the Messiah, Semi-Cute Sixes, and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all.
See you Monday.